last didn't have my sound on for before. But anyway, so just woke up, drinking a little coffee. I got my kitty cat sitting on my lap, and we are watching some Undying Spiker play, some Spiker Undying play. So the lane just started phenomenal with the bounty. It's like you used a lot of your mana, but Bounty Hunter came to lane. Well, I'll zip back a little bit here. I mean, these guys are just pounded at the start. It's absurd. So I do want to look at there was a huge bounty fight and you got a bunch of stacks up, which was sick because it's just crazy. You showed up to lane and Bounty Hunter had 440 max HP from the 8 decay stacks, and you had not 860. So I mean, you were just slapping him, which was awesome. And then SB's getting slapped too. So this is looking good. We already talked about this part. I do want to touch on one more thing about it. Because we had talked and we had said that Bounty Hunter maybe had his invis, so maybe he would have lived here, but he wouldn't have. He doesn't have his invis. He's actually still level 1. He only has his Janata skill. So right here, you're one creep away from level 2. This is the situation in the lane. Oh, god damn it. Of course my wife's calling me. One sec. Hello? Hey, what's up, baby? Oh, thank you, baby. I want to wish you a good day, too. Hope that you have a good day today. And I'm not working Saturday, right? That's the plan, if I have a choice. Okay. All right. Well, I hope you have a nice day at work. Well, if they make me, obviously. They make me. I'm just saying if I have a choice. Okay. Okay. Okay, sounds good. All right, baby. I love you with all my heart. I hope you have a good day out there. Okay. Just got to survive one more day for a 5-day weekend. Okay. All right. I don't think it's necessary. Okay. Love you, baby. Bye. Oh, sorry about that. I don't want to restart. Um, so, anyways, right here, if you were looking for this level 2 spike, you guys would actually double kill these guys. If you were looking for this, you're 2 creeps away. If right here, I mean, it's just this creep dies and you skill soul rip QW this guy, he dies 100%. The creep wave's right here with you. We kind of were talking about this and we were unsure like if the creep wave was maybe too far away. And then also Bounty Hunter's only level 1. He has no invis, so he would die too. So you actually get a double kill here if you were looking for it, but you weren't. It's very clear that you weren't looking for that level 2 spike. So yeah, you would have killed Spirit Breaker. Then you guys would have killed Bounty Hunter, and yeah, you didn't. The Tomb. Tomb actually was super useless. But I mean, it's kind of one of those things where Spirit Breaker is so low, and this was kind of unfortunate because, well, it's always tough when, or it's always annoying when the lane is held kind of just outside because it's like you want to shove it in on this guy and deny the farm from him. So yeah, bro. If anything, Drow could even go pull for herself right here, but actually, there's no way Spirit Breaker farms this. There's no fucking way he farms this. I mean, this is like crazy. Like, look at the situation. You and Drow can both go under tower and not aggro the tower. She has frost arrows, which don't aggro tower because it's an orb walk. And you just need to run up and decay this guy. There's no way he gets this XP in farm. But you guys both just like let him have it when he's got 100, under 200 health. It's really, really bad. Really bad. I see you're looking for the pull, which, you know, in a lot of situations, going for the pull is good, but I mean, you guys aren't even going to get it either. It's just blah. Letting the Spirit Breaker have this farm is such a bad situation. and unnecessary. I mean, I don't want to beat a dead horse. I think it's pretty obvious to look at this and say, okay, right here, we go with the wave and we push this SB out. This SB is their 3. Push this SB off this wave. There's no fucking way you should farm this. No way. So, anyways, that's a good learning lesson for you. If this SB was full health right now, then I would say, okay, go get the pull. But with this SB being in this health situation, he shouldn't farm this, man. No way. So, anyways, I'm not gonna beat a dead horse about it, but that was bad to let him have that farm. And it ends up letting him have. I mean, he gets this nice equilibrium that he's going to get way more out of this lane than he should because he got that huge wave to the tower, and then now he's got the lane sitting right outside of his tower, like in a very nice situation. So, yeah, you go to get this pole, which is a good idea, definitely. Oh, and actually, it ended up pushing back, which was, obviously, I don't really know how that happened, but it's not really that important, I guess.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah. So, anyways, could be going a lot better. That was, I think this was a situation where we talked about it, and you felt like the lane was going great, and it could be going better. This Spirit Breaker has found himself in a much better situation than he should be in. Full health, full mana with a bracer, level 3. He's only 2 last hits behind Drow in a lane that you had been stomping him in. Like, that he got massacred level 1 in was so fucked. Like, for him to even be in this situation is actually, like, really not good. So, anyways, I'm going to turn up the heat just a little bit and see where we're at here. I would just open with decays, bro. Open with decays. Don't hesitate on the decay. It's only an 8-second cooldown, so get it up again. Like, you gotta think like this. Players aren't gonna let you, like, if you're holding it for a 2-man decay, first of all, Bounty's not even in the lane, but like they're not just gonna like group up. Well, maybe they will at this level, I'm not sure, but like don't hesitate to just decay him right at the open here, because then it's up again in 8 seconds. You get another stack on him. It's like you punch him 4 times before. If you decay him first, then all your trades are going to be better because you have stolen his strength. So open with the decay, get it back off cooldown faster, and then God, yeah, decay should be casting it. You still have 3 mangoes, and yeah, I mean, you should be spamming your decay on this guy. No reason to not be casting it at all here. No reason. You want to start getting your stacks up and getting him, and Spirit Breaker's the more ideal target. He's a strength hero. Bounty Hunter's not. So Spirit Breaker's the one that you want. So not casting your decay there for the last 30 seconds is like really bad the whole time. The whole time you're not casting it is bad. Like anytime you can just walk up and decay him like that, you do it. Nice pull. Very nice pull. Decay. 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 Just spam the decay, bro. Just spam the decay. And here you guys should be pulling the wave back. Let's see. Like this is a situation where you could pull those extra creeps up here and then really dead the lane in this area where that's what you want. But you guys are like pulling the creep aggro too much, and then now because of that, you're pushing the wave back towards them. Like look at the wave; it's pushing back towards them now on the next one. When they fucked up, like when they make a mistake like this on the creep equilibrium, you guys need to like take advantage of it. Like this wave, you should not drag it over here and kill it like this. You guys should pull it up here, and then there's a big radiant wave against a normal dire wave, and you guys can just dead the lane at the tower. So you guys kind of gave up a good situation there, and now the lane is going to start pushing because Drow doesn't hold the wave correctly. So I guess it's not too bad. It actually just ends up kind of being killed evenly here, but yeah. See, it's like it's to their tower a little bit more than it should be, and I mean it's minor, but it's also like important. Like there was such I want to like look at when the last time you casted decay was. Like there's no, this spell should be getting spammed out like constantly. Like you decayed him when you guys were fighting here in this fight, but you punched him 4 times first, which is not okay. And then I don't even know when your next decay after that comes. So okay, you did decay. You decayed right there. But my point is, this is an 8-second cooldown that you should be looking to use every 8 seconds. No reason to like hold on to your mana. You want to be sitting at as many stacks as you can and bullying as hard as you can. And yeah, spam your decay. I'd be looking to decay this guy right when it comes up. Right when it comes up, I'm hitting him with decay. Yeah. Yep. Gotta spam decay, bro. I don't want to harp on it too much. I'm gonna watch other games too and take a look, but. Thank you for the offer, man. I'm just making a video for my friend, though. I appreciate it, but I've got my kitty to help promote my channel. The kitty. Anyway, so yeah, I would definitely say the mistakes so far in this lane were level 2. You should have taken Soul Rip. That would have actually been a double kill. Letting SB get more than he should get and not spamming decay enough. Those are like definitely your mistakes here, because you end up in this situation where you don't want to trade when you only have 4 stacks. You're in this, like you're trading these 2 heroes right now, and like you almost lost your whole health pool. Like if you have your stacks up on this guy, if you have 12 stacks on him, he can't fucking trade with you. But like instead, he's actually trading like well with you, where it's like you're getting fucked up. So yeah, definitely not playing this lane how you should be with Undying. And I mean, that being said, Drow is still 24-6 against, Striver 17-1, but I think you can see from this that this lane could have been a rout. This lane could have been the most one-sided lane you've ever played. I mean, it started off that good, and it's a good matchup for you, and Bounty Hunter's kind of been roaming a little bit, and I mean, the Spirit Breaker should not be even having what he has, even though you guys are still winning the lane, like technically, definitely, you're still winning the lane, but I mean, and this is again like not where the wave should be. So I guess Bounty Hunter is probably fucking with your pulls and stuff. Oh, and he still has no invis at level 3, so Bounty Hunter is pretty annoying to lane against though, and him not being a strength hero. I mean, I don't know. I know it's frustrating, but this is kind of a situation where I feel like you're running around not doing anything when you should have just been getting a pull off. Like right here, I'm just looking at like where the creep wave is. It's like pushing, and right here, it's like your gut should be okay. I got a pull. Bounty's not letting you, but if you cut up right here, you could still get it. If you go up, you could have just grabbed it and gone up with it. But instead, you're running over here for this bounty that's already gone, and you don't stack either of these camps too. You had an opportunity right here to stack by the time. You could have stacked both these with pull one and then decay the other one. Like grab this creep, run it down this way, decay this way, run this way, and stack them both. That would have been nice. So at least going for the bounty was a waste, but then you still would have got a double stack off because you were there at the perfect time for it. And then you guys still have still not getting the creep wave back. This pull has to happen. So again, like the pull doesn't happen. Like you're kind of just like running, or like since you left the lane when it was here, you ran all the way up here, didn't stack, didn't get the bounty, didn't get a pull at the 6 minute or at the 7 minute when you had 2 opportunities to get pulls there to get the wave back. So there's definitely a lot of room for improvement on your laning phase. And see, as you can see, like it's a winning lane, but it's not nearly what it could be. So, anyways, you're always, especially in a lane like this, where like they're clearly gonna want to trade with you at Spirit Breaker or Bounty Hunter. They're 2 melee heroes. They like, as you can see, like there's times here where they want to hit you. It's like you have to keep your stacks up. You have to be casting your decays. So, anyways, I don't want to harp too much more on that in this game, just because I think I've already touched on it enough. Where did Drow go? Dang, so that ended up being fucking bad for you guys. What happened? Oh, Drow is just low farming. Okay, so Bounty Hunter takes his invis level 4, and Drow is just
Dire's middle tower's under
feeding. Oh my god. That was bad. What a feed, and then Dazzle shows up. I mean, you should just not even cast your Tombstone. It's obvious death here. No reason to even throw it. Save the cooldown. So, anyways, that was a tough situation for you guys, and you guys are getting, slapped silly in the lanes. Your guys' lane went okay, but it looks like the other lanes are losing bad. Mid's getting shit on.
Or they're going after Dire's bottom tower.
I guess mid's not that bad. It's Pugna. I was thinking it was Kunkka. So, anyways, I think I'm done with this game. If I'm just looking at laning phases, I think I'm done with this game. So that's, yeah, a lot of room for improvement on that one. As much as it's like you had the bones, you know what I mean? You had the start to where that could have been such a good lane for you guys. But yeah, especially when you have that level 2 in decay. When you have that level 2 in decay and you're not casting it, it's just like seems like a waste, because the level 2 decay actually does damage too. So like, and each hit does more damage. So it's like it actually adds up a lot, and you're stealing their strength, so then you can punch them so fucking hard, and they just get wrecked. So I want to see you spamming your decay more for sure. I'm hoping to see more decay spam in this game. This is good. I like this. Okay, so this is bad right off the bat. This is bad right off the bat. So you don't want to fuck up the lane equilibrium like this for no reason. Like, you walk up, and the way the aggro works, and this is something where it's like I assume that you understand this, but I don't. I'm going to tell you like you don't, because what I see is that you're not doing it. The way the aggro works is if you right click on Axe, the whole creep wave is going to pull to you. So you do not want to walk up near the creep wave and right click on Axe. You right click to attack him. All you want to do here is just hit the decay stack and then chill. By actually walking out here and right clicking him right here, you're going to pull the whole creep wave to you. So look at these creeps, they're all going to you. So not only are you going to be taking more damage because there's a whole creep wave on you, but you're completely tanking your lane equilibrium right from the first wave. Right from the first wave. All you have to do in this situation is decay and just kind of go punch Dark Willow or something, or just whatever, like wait for your next decay. But at the very first level 1, your first stack of decay to walk up and punch him right in the creep wave is not how you want to play the lane. That's really frustrating for the carry. So now you have 12 stacks. So now you're actually a lot tankier, and now you have 16. So now you have some stacks up. So now your punches are going to hurt more, and now it's a little bit better. But when you only have that first stack, it's like you don't want to pull the aggro like that. And here it looks like you're being a lot more careful now about the aggro, so that's good. But like from the very first wave, that was tough. And this is another situation where it's like the aggro is getting really fucked up by you guys. Like it's just not like it's not great. What I mean, it's not perfect. Like, there's definitely room for improvement here. Like, you guys tanking these creeps and not letting the range creep die is like not a good situation. Because look at this, like right here. Obviously, Weaver should get these 2 creeps right here, but then the other 2 creeps, like there's 4 creeps against 1. Like, I know they're low, but like these creeps have to kill this range creep, because then you can hold the wave right outside. Wow, actually doesn't. There's the tower range. Then you can hold this wave right outside the tower range, and it's never going to push towards them. You guys will always have the equilibrium where you want it until somebody fucks it up. So it's and punch this deny, punch this deny, punch this deny, because you don't want this lane to push into them unless you're in a situation where you want it to. You're like, okay, I want to push this wave and then I want to go pull. Like there are situations like that, but this isn't one of them. So this is one where it's like, kill this range creep with this guy. Like deny the range creep, get the lane equilibrium back. Like if you have to, you could both deny together from half health. It's just definitely not playing this lane like perfectly. Oh, and this is good. I really like that. I really like that. That's, you have a lot of stacks up and you can punch this axe so fucking hard. And actually you can play more aggressive on him. See, this is not understanding the creep aggro and lane equilibrium stuff like from you guys. This is kind of a little bit like last game where it's like, it's a little bit like last game where you're not maximizing the lane. You're not maximizing what you can get out of it. Like this is great. You guys are going to kill axe, like for sure, but the stuff the leading up to the kill was not necessary. It could have been better. Luckily, you guys got the kill. Okay. So, anyways, nice. You guys got a double kill. This is good. Undying stuff. It's nice to recognize like here, like you have stacks up, and they can die. And that's really good that you like recognize that and that you guys acted on that and killed these guys. Nice. Nice, dude. Good stuff. That was nice. That was great. And this is great too. Like this, okay. This is good, but I think you could have got this pull off. So right here, you kill. It's just, this is why it's important to be super aware of the timings. Because if you go straight to this camp, you can get this pull off here. And then that would be really good for you guys if you got this pull. So if you went straight here, right after he dies, like if you're like more aware of the time instead of running around this way, like this when they're both dead right now, if you would have gone straight here, grabbed this pull up this way, then maybe denied this wave too. But instead, Axe comes back and the equilibrium is right outside of his tower. He's going to come back to a bigger than a whole wave. Or wait, I thought there was 2 range creeps. Anyways, he's going to come back to great equilibrium right outside of his tower. Like when it's could have been prevented. It could have been prevented for sure. So here I would be looking to pull this. Yeah, it looks like you are. That's good. It's Axe is a weird. Hey, what's up, Chloe? Just making a video for my friend before I gotta go to work. Axe is an interesting kind of. You know, he's a tough laner because there's times where like if you pull a camp against Axe, he can come kill the wave and kill the camp because of his counter he lives. So it is a little bit funky playing against Axe. Okay, so this is another good lesson for you. Against Axe, you never want to fight him that close in a creep wave. So hit your decay and then don't walk up and punch him here. Don't actually walk up and punch him because look how much damage you end up taking from this. Because he's got all these creeps attacking him, and based on how many creeps are attacking him, that's how he'll get spins and he'll do more damage to you. So instead of going for this, it's like you had the right idea of at first of like decaying him, but this death is so preventable, bro. So preventable. Just decay him and then wait for the creeps to die, and then once the creeps die, then you can go on him. But you can't fight Axe on a creep wave. You can't fight him on the creep wave because he will get spins and it will fuck you up. So anyways, that was I think, yeah, that certainly could have been prevented. But I mean, he ended up taking this whole health pool, and I mean, it could have been worse, but that death was definitely preventable. This is he. Oh, my kitty. Say hi, Cleo. Say hi. I've had this kitty for almost 10 years. She's a good girl. So, anyways, now you're coming back, and it's just kind of like I said, it's kind of similar to last game. It's just not maximizing all you could be getting out of the lane. Like, yeah, you guys are winning lane. You guys got the double kill. Weaver's 14-5 against Axis 9, but you had a silly death here, and it just seems like it could be a little bit better. Because this is a lane you guys should win. Like, I mean, really hard. And you guys do. Oh God, this is. I mean, that's not. That was silly by Weaver, but at level 3, you are really strong against Axe with that second point in decay, which is good. Oh yeah, yeah. And here you don't even need the tomb. You can just walk up and decay him and kill him. It's just like if you just decay him right there, he's dead. The tomb's actually not necessary, and then Weaver ends up. It's just there's a lot of little things. I'm seeing a lot of little things. Here, Weaver takes a lot of damage when if you just decay him right away, don't tombstone, Weaver doesn't lose all of his health. Which it was obviously Weaver's fault that he lost all of his health, but it would have prevented it completely. Throwing the tomb was unnecessary and it just slowed the kill. So then Weaver ends up, taking this nuke from Dark Willow that she wouldn't have had to take, taking these tower hits that she wouldn't have had to take, which she shouldn't have taken anyways, but the tomb actually just fed the tomb. So now it's on cooldown for 90 seconds. You're taking damage. Weaver took a shitload of damage when really this is as simple as walk up. You've got 2 points in decay, so it will kill him. Decay him right away. Weaver doesn't take all this damage. You don't end up taking all this damage. You don't feed the tombstone to Dark Willow. So it's just important to realize sometimes like the tomb isn't actually necessary. It's like the same in the last game. When you hit that level 2 and you casted the tomb wasn't necessary. You could have taken Soul Rip and just casted both those spells and they would have both died. So it's important to realize in some situations that you don't need to waste the tomb. I'd probably throw this ward in the sentry, maybe even up here somewhere, just to kind of get some vision. But I don't really want to get too much into like vision stuff. Oh, Weaver, don't die. Don't die, Weaver. Come get the last hit. So another thing, this Weaver's being a psycho. This Weaver is that was really bad by Weaver. So I'm not gonna say anything about like you should have been backing him up or whatever because this is like just a suicide move. And they have a sentry. Yeah, they have a sentry. Weaver's low, and she tries to scooch you in. I guess not realizing they have a sentry, but I mean, Dark Willow, they see her, and it's like, yeah, just not gonna work out. She should have probably died. I would have liked to have seen you just, turn and just decay these guys, just get stacks up. Like right here, instead of running around, and I would have actually, instead of doing this, I would have actually run down here and decayed Axe. And just pressured him while he's trying to farm. There you go. It seems like in this game you're using your decay more. This is another situation though where you got to realize that you're up against an Axe, and you're taking some unnecessary damage here. But God, that level 2 decay, man, it feels good against Axe. Nice. But here it's just you just have to be careful against Axe specifically of actually walking up next to him to punch him. You have to have big stacks and be knowing that when all these creeps are on him, he's really strong when they're attacking him. And so it's like he's a very niche hero in that way, where it's like this to me looks bad for you for a second. Like you have to be careful of fighting him on creep waves. It was a little before that I was talking about, but Weaver and Undying are both good against Axe early. It's when Axe gets his Vanguard that it becomes like a hard lane for you guys, and he's going double bracer, so yeah, I mean it's gonna be a good lane. But you do have to be careful. It's like if he gets these spins when you're in the when he's fighting, when he has that creep wave on him and you're fighting him, you do have to be careful. But you guys get the kill, which is good. And I would have realized in the it's really annoying for Weaver to have an enemy sentry in the lane. You should have realized in when he did this move where he invised and he ran down here and Dark Willow popped her Shadow Realm before he came out of invis. If you guys would have realized, and maybe it was up to him because you might not have been looking at it, but you should kill this sentry because it's really obnoxious for a Weaver to have an enemy sentry in his lane because he wants to be able to scoochy. He wants to be able to cast his envis and run around freely and not have to like be seen like every time because then he ends up not as strong. So you don't want to let the enemies have a sentry in lane when you have a hero like Weaver on your team. And it was very you had the knowledge to know that there was a sentry there. Maybe he needed to tell you, but yeah, if we were laning together, I would have told you they have a sentry, and you could have dewarded the sentry, and then the lane gets easier for Weaver after that. So fighting for the sentry control would have probably, because I mean he has another sentry already too, so you probably would have had to fight him for it, but it's important. Decay. Decay. You're a little bit low on mana here, so I'd like to see like some mana regen flying out. Oh, nice try on the stack, but just didn't quite work out, which is a bummer. Because if they see Weaver and Weaver doesn't Weaver could have got called and actually killed there in the creep wave. He's level 6. Like if he called him just a second sooner, and he called him and he had this creep wave hitting him too with the call. That could have been big trouble for Weaver, and it all goes back to this sentry right here. But luckily, Weaver barely avoided it. So, anyways, some little stuff, nothing I would say horrible. But I'd like to see you spamming your decays more, especially like these. You've had some opportunities for double decays. Like get your stacks up, and send yourself some mana regen. Like in this point in the lane, when you don't have to, and a Weaver especially is like a hero that doesn't mind being solo a little bit. You can get a clarity and just kind of pull and sit out of the lane for a minute and get your mana back up with that too. So like I'd bring like a clarity and a couple of mangoes because you want to keep spamming this axe with your Q. Yeah, definitely cast these decays, brother. They're very clearly trying to pressure this Weaver really, really hard and feel like they can. And so, you need to fight back for him here because you're not doing anything more important than this. Like in this situation, like you've had a lot of opportunities for double decays and not casted it at all. But like in this situation, I feel like you can actually help Weaver here, like by decaying axe and like hurting him. Like if you're able to pressure them a little more, it'll actually free Weaver up more to farm in this lane. And you come over here and you don't end up getting the pull off anyways because you're too late. So I would have liked to have just seen you help Weaver there. Okay. Yeah, definitely have in your mind, like, when you're playing Undying, especially when you have 2 points up in decay early and you're up against a hero like Axe, like, have it in your head that you're going to decay him. Like, I want to decay him. Like, have that should be the thought in your forefront of your mind right now. In the forefront is decaying this guy. Jesus, I don't know what to say about this shit. Their axe just like TP bot. Nice. That TP ended up being really fucking good, man. I didn't believe in it at the time. Like when I first saw it, I would like kind of cringe to myself. Don't know if I visibly showed that or not, but I just wasn't. Yeah, I like the offensive soul rip. Nice, but that's the other thing too. You know, is like I was saying, bring that clarity and those mangoes to yourself, and you'd have more mana for that fight where you could actually cast your decay. And it ended up working out great. But I mean, right here, if you had mana for these spells, like I don't know, maybe you could have soul ripped Pudge, you know, and saved him, and or maybe you could have decayed and killed Dawn or killed Axe faster or whatever. So yeah, you don't want to be like as Undying. You don't want to be like not having the resources to cast your spells. So it's nice to get the mana boots, and you know I see that you're saving for those, but also you need mana to not be like a burden in the meantime.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Nice. I like that you're farming up your mana boots. Nice. Oh, you went the fluffy hat. Ooh, I like this. Nice. So this is actually pretty solid. I mean, you're 4-1-2. Like I don't know if it feels like I'm like talking shit or what, but I mean, obviously this is going fantastic for you. But this Dawnbreaker is fucking. What's the deal with her? She's level 9. Jesus Christ. It's a little scary. This is a little scary to walk up here against Dawn. A little different situation than what was going on top. Okay, so I think it seems like laning phase is over. This video, I'm trying to do kind of more on the laning phase. I think that, you know, after watching these two games, your laning phase can definitely improve. I'll take a look at one more real quick. Let's see what time we're at for the video. 37 minutes. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should keep it at 37. I'll look at one more real quick. I'll try not to ramble so much. Okay, I'm gonna look at this one. Okay, wait, we're already level 2. What the fuck? Mag Rubik, tough lane. Mag can throw you back into skewers, and that can be a problem. We have no stacks up on our of decay right now. Oh wow, they could have killed Spec there. If this Mag, I mean, what the fuck is this? He gets lifted. Where's the fucking skewer into the tower? Like, Spec might have been dead there. At least getting fucking crippled. I mean, he's got skewer up. What the fuck? How does he not skewer him back into the tower? It's crazy. Did you miss decay? How come you don't have any decay stacks? Like, what's going on in this lane? Is it like, is something weird happening? Let me go back a little bit. Top priority, looking for decays. Looking for decays. Get your stacks up. You got 5 mangoes. Decay's not on cooldown. Hit him with the decay. Decay that motherfucker, dude. Yeah, I mean, you just want to cast it, bro. It's a short cooldown. You got 5 mangoes. Get the stacks up. Like, make it hard for this guy to lane. Decay him. Walk up here and decay this guy. You don't have to decay and then walk up to him and hit him, but just decay him to get the stacks because it really affects him a lot. It affects, because he's a strength hero, it's affecting his health and his damage. So he's going to have a way lower health pool and he's going to have less damage for last hitting. So it's like, you really should, just be spamming this on this guy, like for sure. But you have to be careful, and I think you probably learned your lesson in this game, and in the Axe game too. It's like it's like your gut is to go up and punch these guys, and or you're punching them too. It's like with Undying, when you don't have stacks up, you're actually super squishy. You're way squishier than you think because Undying is a hero that has really low base armor. He has 2 base armor, and like Rubik has 5, Mag has 4. Where's Spec? Spec has 9, or he has 7+2 right now. Like you only have 2, and so when you don't have your stacks up, you're actually like surprisingly squishy. So like a lot of times I just decay somebody and then I walk away. When I actually have my stacks up, that's when I want to punch them. But you're like walking up here to punch these guys when it's like so obvious you're gonna get skewered into tower. It's so obvious. Like it doesn't. Yeah, it's just obviously not good. So you just got to be careful. You got to kind of play, and you actually have some stacks up now. So I would actually go back and I would probably, you know that they use their spells, and I would be going back for probably some more decays. But nice, nice, good job there. Getting the instant D ward. Nice, that's good. Just decayed. You didn't like walk up to him. You're too close. You're too close there. Even like they could. You're at risk of actually getting like hurt really bad right here. This guy does have a mango. He doesn't have lift. Maybe you knew he doesn't have lift, but you just have to be careful getting skewered back in the tower against this specific lane. Against a mag specifically, but also a hero that has a setup for mag. I mean, even if they don't have a setup for mag, though, when you're this close to him, he can shockwave skewer you and put you under tower. So you just have to be a little bit careful. Nice, that worked out pretty good for you, honestly. I mean, it was. I knew that the tomb. Okay, so it was pretty clear that I think the tomb wasn't actually going to really like do anything, because he does just have the ability to skewer away. But it ended up. I'm not sure. I think it ended up being good for you. He has no regen. You have a salve, so I mean, Rubik salves them, which Rubik would like to salve himself here. He salves Mag instead for half the amount. So yeah, it ends up being pretty good. Oh wow, he lifted him out of the skewer. So these guys are not playing well together at all. um, this is kind of something that I've talked about with you before, and it's like when you're playing Undying, like pulling isn't really a priority. I kind of go back and forth in my head here on whether this is the right choice or not to pull here, because you're solving up. These guys are really low. Like I feel like instead of going for this pull, I feel like pressuring these guys is better. It's like I'm not 100% sure about this scenario, but like you could probably push these guys off this wave with 2 points in your decay, your full health. You still have 3 mangoes. Like, yeah, the pull is one way to get the lane back to where you guys want it, but also like, God, what if you were just up here decaying this guy and these guys and like stopping him from farming? Maybe Spec pulls it himself or whatever. Like by you leaving and Spec staying with this wave, Spec actually could die if they combo their spells right, and they would probably need some help from the tower too. So I don't really think Spec's in threatened of dying, but luckily these guys really fuck up their spells and she's totally fine. But it's like I don't know. I think it's something that you should think about is this pull more important, or can I actually like be okay with the tower aggro and like be pressuring these guys more and not letting them get those waves that are preventable? under their tower. Just something to think about. Definitely, I'm seeing a little bit of a trend on that where it's like, maybe not being comfortable with tower aggro, or maybe just feeling like the pull is more important, which it's debatable. I mean, the pull does matter. The pull does matter, but I feel that you could, punish these guys. Like right here, you could probably with this wave, I would go for sure in this situation. I would go with this catapult wave and push Mag off of this wave. There's no doubt. I'm sure that you're thinking go pull. But I mean, look at what Mag's gonna get here that you could prevent. 100% you could prevent. Right here, I would be thinking, I would see this Mag's health and be like, oh, there's no way he's getting this farm. There's no way he's getting this farm. And I would go with this wave under the tower and decay him and pressure him off of this wave. Like, look at this. He's gonna get. There's 2 last hits. 1 was a flag bearer. There's 3. Here's 4. So that's that's 5. He misses the kata, but it's like that's 5 creeps worth of gold with the flag bearer too. And yeah, didn't have to do it. Didn't have to give it to him. And now he's farming like outside of his tower. They're like, pressuring spec, almost killing him. And yeah. Mag's at 2610. He's actually, pretty even with spec here. It's not all bad or anything. Like, it's not, but I'm nitpicking you. I can nitpick my own games like this too. It's not like, it's just the truth. It's the facts about Dota. It's like there's so many things that can happen and so many different choices you can make, and it's like I can nitpick my own games like this too. So, but definitely, I would say that the theme here, it's like this is dangerous, bro. Like, I know you're gonna die here. Like, I don't need to even see it. It's like, know the heroes you're up against. Like, well, I don't know how well you know the heroes, but against Axe, you don't fight them in the creep wave like how you were. Against these heroes, you can't just walk up and punch them like this, especially when you have no mana, like, to cast your spells. You can't walk up and punch against Mag. This is so obvious that that you're gonna get thrown into the tower. Like, I don't know what's going on with the heroes right now. Like, it's so obvious that you're gonna get killed right here. Like, you just have to know what your opponent's threat is. It's like, if Mag skewers you into tower, that's how he kills you. Or skewers you, and he has a setup for it. With Rubik can lift you and throw you to where then Mag can skewer you, so you know when to play a little bit more careful, and then know when you can play more aggressive. Like when they're low and the wave's pushing, push them off the wave. That's something that I really would like to see you start doing. And then also, like I said, know the heroes you're up against. Know that that's their only way they kill you is if they skewer you back into tower. So play accordingly. So instead of walking up like that and punching them, when you're in range to get skewered into tower, just throw your decay and back up. Just get your stacks up, and then once you get your stacks up, you can play more aggressive. But anyways, I think I'm gonna cut it here. It's already a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but yeah, hopefully you get something out of the video.